Genji is currently in a very unique spot where he's pretty much only being played at the top tier level, for example Grandmaster or Diamond, only if you are good with Genji or if you're a Genji main. For example, that being Necros, Shadder2k, and all those streamers you guys know very well. But today we're going to be diving into Genji's kit, talking about how you can make some of these insane plays you guys have seen Shadder2k make, and how you can better your positioning, and why I personally think the nerf is not the end of the world. You can still be good with Genji if you play the right way. So as always, if you guys enjoy these style of videos and this type of content, definitely do consider subscribing and checking out my previous videos. I upload these daily for all types of heroes, so there's lots of content for you guys there. And thank you guys so much for the recent support. Let's continue on with the video. Alright, so I'm going to begin by discussing pretty much the general playstyle of Genji, what you kind of want to look for and what opportunities arise. So typically speaking, Genji is very good at killing squishies, right? So you won't see a Genji diving a tank unless that tank is out of position or in a bad spot. But typically speaking, a Genji is very good at taking out squishies or DPS, for example, a Bastion, if he can't see the Genji having his reflect up and just obliterates himself, right? So you want to do a lot of pick shots. What I think of Genji as is maybe even like a Roadhog. Now, although the two are completely opposite if you think about it from the perspective of one is very nimble and fast, one is much bigger in size and also much more slower. But typically speaking, both heroes, Roadhog and Genji, are pick off heroes, meaning you want to pick off enemies and then you engage, right? You don't want to rush in and start bursting a bunch of damage. Pick-offs is what you want to play for. Now, matchups you want to watch out for as a Genji, especially if you're new to Genji, is I would say maybe an Echo or Pharah, just because, believe it or not, for Genji to fight aerial heroes, it is very, very difficult. Now, this difficulty is much more less if you are good with Genji, right? So if Pharah flying up in the air and she has good movement, which typically a Pharah will have good movement, especially if you're in the higher elo, then that will be a very hard matchup for you as a Genji, because it's very hard for you to dash in, make sure that you're able to get a melee off at least, which is almost impossible if your mechanics are low, and also hitting those shuriken shots, right? So in general, it's just very hard for you to fight in the air as a Genji. Now, some of you might disagree once again, but that's because you're probably good with the Genji. If you're not, those things are something you learn along the way, so keep a lookout for those, right? You want to fight mostly. Bastion is a perfect pick for you there as a Genji, and if you use your deflect properly, you can absolutely shut down the Bastion, right? All you have to do is just get in the front, use your reflect, and that Bastion cannot even shoot anything, or else he'll just beam himself, right? And if you can catch him off guard, you can actually kill him without him reacting. So keep a lookout for these matchups. And last but not least, let's go over Genji's ult. Now, when it comes to Genji's ult, it's honestly one of those ults that just progressively gets better and better, and your usage improves as you improve with Genji, right? So in general, if you're hitting your shots, that might be mostly luck, maybe right positioning and all that. But when it comes to Genji's ult specifically, it is purely skill demanding, right? So the demand is very high, and the thing is, as soon as you use it, the enemies are very aware, because suddenly you go from a backline poker to up in their face trying to kill them and chop their heads off, right? So they immediately get alerted and their playstyle starts to shift. They start dashing back, Kiriko starts to Sudo, their tank starts to focus you. So it gets very difficult, especially at higher elo, to get proper value from your ult. But with proper practice and mechanical aim, you can definitely get that value off as soon as you need it to get done. So my best tip here for using your ult properly is, as soon as you use it, make sure you ask for a nano just so you get that extra damage and protection there you need. Make sure you let your team know that you want protection. Maybe a Zarya can bubble you as you go in. There's lots of things you can do, but definitely make sure you're communicating with your team. As I say this a lot for almost every single ult, but with Genji specifically, if you want that maximum value potential, let your teammates know you're going in, you're about to use it, just so they're aware and they can push in with you, because it can be very easy to shut you down as a Genji. I mean, an Ana can just sleep you and you're pretty much done, right? Unless it's basically you get Suzu'd, but that's rarely happens because you're already in the backline of the enemy, right? So keep those things in mind, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. As always, you know, I love putting these out for you guys, and like I said, the channel's been doing so well and I'll continue to do so. All support is appreciated. Make sure you guys check out Shadder2k on Twitch. All the links will be in the description, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
From like so far away. Huh? What? We have May. Do we have May? What? How do we have May? Nice, that's huge. That is monster, white monster. The best. Simply the best. Oh my god, it's the most dangerous ulti in the game. To be honest, I don't know that I need to do this. I did not need to play it, but whatever. I don't know what Bastion is meant for, man. I think they thought on paper sounds good. They didn't really actually think that people can just walk out of it. Alright, now we just... I'm not using bots. I need to use freaking instantly. I'm just waiting too long. Nice, good stuff. Whoa. Loading. What? Dude, I was outside the fucking Sigma ulti. Oh man. To be honest, I'm wondering, why does Bastion have that blue spot on his back? That nice.